My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Scorpios. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading, a 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 2 beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all for supporting me. I love you guys incredibly. So thank you all so very much for supporting me and your devotion towards my channel. So anyway, this 5 card love reading includes how the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, the fourth, the past, the fifth, the future. And I'm going to draw a special vampire oracle for you, Nana Favole. Let's get started with card number 1 for you. Interesting. You get the Four of Swords. Okay. Yeah, the Four of Swords has a couple of different meanings. Now, on one side, it's all about needing to rest and recover from something, and on the other side, it's all about wanting to actually kind of just take a break and say, I need to focus on my own well-being and stuff. So, man, woman, whoever's watching and whoever this applies to. But the Four of Swords, I'm getting more or less the ones who are single in a relationship, but let's start with the single ones. Maybe you've been through, plenty of, rejections and all kinds of negativities where you just think, I need to take a break from this. I just cannot handle any more of this negativity, I'm facing and stuff like that. And, from a 300-year-old perspective, please, always, will use, always come to me for these kinds of things, because I will tell you one important thing that I've told so many others and, before you, is if you've ever, been rejected or been ignored or been anything, any kind of negative situation, always consider it the other person's grand loss. Because the thing is, there's more that meets the eye than a person's appearance, their name, their background, their salary, their living situation and stuff like that. Because the thing is, everything changes, and life changes in many ways. Except for the vampire life, mine is practically just the same, but in your situation and in any other, situation, everything changes. So, it's like, let's say that you live in a tiny apartment or something, and the other person just thought, well, I can't live here. This is too tiny for me. Eventually, it's like if you both, group together to actually, form a really good salary, or, you both, whatever, made, good money, you guys could have, created a nice, beautiful, home situation. You could have, done anything it takes and stuff like that. But always, consider it the other person's grand loss and never that it had anything to do with you. Now, for the ones who are in a relationship, maybe, it's like, you could always, we'll take a break, from each other. You don't always have to constantly be 100%, next to each other or in anything. Sometimes, you want to be with your friends or your parents, your siblings and stuff like that. And if the other person, is okay with it, that should be, a really good sign. It's like a respect kind of situation. But, for the ones who, maybe, you guys just got engaged or something, or maybe you guys got married of somewhere, and, and the thing is, maybe you guys just are kind of, recovering. Not recovering, but, you're kind of resting up from that big ceremony, that big wedding of some kind. Always, rest and take good care of yourself, because that's, incredibly important in many ways. If you want to grow together and be together, and always, rest and take good care of yourselves, and always, try to offer, your care and support for the other person as well, and stuff like that. Well, let's see who the other person is. Ooh, 7 of Cups. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, what I kind of see here from my beloved Scorpios is that, it's like, well, the other person, could, actually, could have, different options and stuff like that. And maybe, you're the one that pretty much just thought, well, I'm tired of actually, compromising and sacrificing myself to actually, reach, the other person's expectations in any way. So 100% your prerogative and your entire right to say, oh no, I'm not going to deal with this right now. Because the 7 of Cups is like having options and stuff like that. So, having different people and stuff like that. So whoever this person was probably, had many options and stuff like that, and maybe they didn't choose you for, hopefully, for the wrong reasons. And my suggestion for you would be, if you've ever been rejected by somebody that you pretty much wanted to be with, I would actually, just develop yourself and just outshine all of the competitors, and even the person that your love interest, will took or, will claimed, in their life and stuff like that. And should that ex-man, woman, whoever, rejected you, ever come back to you and say, you know what, Scorpio, I was wrong about you, actually, it's like, you left your studio apartment or whatever apartment it was, and you actually bought this big house, how did you afford it, blah, 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 you know what, I underestimated you, just, nope, ignored him, reject him, and just say, nope, we could have, we'll build this beautiful nest together, like, you see these birds doing outside, stuff like that. So always consider it their grand loss. So, don't think, oh yeah, it's like, Oh, yeah, I want to go back. I mean, 100% your prerogative in any way, but this would just be my suggestion. Okay. What is the relationship about? Four of Pentacles. Okay, the thing is for the ones in a relationship, this looks like a very stable, grounded, down-to-earth, authentic, real, beautiful love connection. So I'm happy for you guys and congratulations on being together. You know, I really want to wish all the best of luck and hope for you guys in any way that you guys will, you know, be together, through anything in any way and stuff like that. But for the ones who are in a relationship, it looks like that you are incredibly stable, you know, grounded, you know, down to earth, authentic, you know, maybe, you know, it's like, you know, you could have a lot of money, you know, you could be rich, individual, personality rich. But either way, you know, it looks like that you're the one who's very, you know, incredibly stable and stuff like that. And maybe, you know, you've been through enough rejections and refusals that you pretty much just think, okay, I need to have some time away from everything and I need to have my space and everything. 100% your prerogative in any way. So don't ever feel like, oh no, I need to be with somebody, right? So the thing is, you know, it's like, but I do see you as a very, you know, grounded person that you probably just think, oh, I don't need anybody right now. So 100% you're right. Okay, well, let's see what the past has. The Magician. And I feel like this, you know, that this applies to both the ones who are single and in a relationship. Because a magician, it's like a Virgo Gemini. You know, you can have, you know, Virgo Gemini somewhere in your star chart. But it's all about wanting to manifest something. Now, for the ones, you know, who are still single and stuff like that, maybe, you know, try to create a beautiful foundation, a beautiful, you know, love connection with somebody, and you will till today to no avail. I mean, I really hope it all works out for the best no matter what you do. And for the ones who are in a relationship, and it looks like that you're the one that put time and effort and energy into this relationship, and you both, you know, worked out together, you know, where you were manifesting, you know, you were actually really improving and working on yourself, developing yourself, you know, and learning all these new beautiful skills. And the other person, you know, chose you over the other people, and that's why you guys are together. So again, congratulations if this does apply to you. Amazing. The future, Queen of Wands. Again, what is with you and Leos? Okay, you could end up with a, you know, to be with a Leo in the future. Can't say when or how. I mean, I really do, you know, pre-shuffle these decks. I don't know how these cards end up with you, but either way, I do see a very strong, confident Scorpio, man, woman, whoever. Maybe you do have Leo somewhere in your star chart. But either way, you know, you don't have to per se be with a Leo. You could be with somebody from a different element of some kind. But, you know, this person, or this could definitely be you, you know, you're very confident, strong, fixed, determined, next to Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, of course. So that's what I more or less see for you. You know, even in a connection, you know, you're the one that's actually very determined, strong, and passionate no matter what, even though you are water. But for the ones who are single, you know, it's like I still see a very beautiful, strong, confident, you know, Scorpio, you know, male, female in this world no matter what. So, you know, it's like, and maybe this is you actually in the future, you know, actually, you know, living a very luxurious life. You know, maybe, you know, you left your studio apartment and you're in a very beautiful manor of some kind, or maybe even in a castle or whatever, or maybe not. Either way, whatever applies to you, of course. But I do see, you know, confidence and strength, and maybe, you know, this is you, you know, developing yourself and outshining all of the competitors. And like I mentioned before, you know, well, should the person who rejected you and refused you ever want to come back to you because they see how strong you are, ignore them. You know, if they didn't want to grow with you, you know, just say, oh, you had your chance. We could have shared this together. But instead, you decided to want to go off with that man or woman. And, you know, just because of this and that reason and stuff like that. So, but anyway, it looks like that you're going to be outshining no matter what. Oh, I'm so honored. What does Vampire Oracle have for my Cancerians? This one wanted to come out. Seduction. Ooh. Allure, desire, and manipulation. Now, the thing is, you know, it's like, of course, you know, there's, you know, desire and stuff like that, but in case there is manipulation in any way, you know, that usually does backfire no matter what. But I do see this very passionate, you know, seducer in any way, you know, man or woman, you know. I mean, the thing is, you know, it's like, you know, this could be, you know, you seducing potential new, yeah, suitors in the future sometime, you know, man, woman, whoever. And the thing is, you know, it's like, yeah, being able to do a lot of self-development and growing and expanding and stuff like that is just attracts so many people and stuff like that, you know. And if you want to seduce somebody, you know, it's like you could always, yeah, learn from experience and stuff like that, or just watch some of these movies or read books about how, the man or woman gets, puts on a charm, or, really seduces, kind of teases the other person, maybe even, somehow, playfully provokes the other person just for a reaction and stuff like that, that kind of stuff. Hopefully, for the right reasons, of course. But I do see, desire no matter what. And maybe, it's like you can still have so many eyes, facing you in the future, because, you're in a very strong, confident, and very powerful position, because maybe, you probably have been through so much, negativity, that you probably thought, okay, I'm going to start improving myself and start focusing on all the aspects and areas that I want to work towards, whether it's even a new makeover, or, a bigger salary, or whatever it may be, just to, seduce the other people into saying, okay, I'm wondering who I can actually get into my life. And of course, in any way, well, seduction, make sure that there's no manipulation attached to it, because the problem with, seduction is that I felt like I was seduced by the vampire who literally killed me off. Because, it's like this person, there's just something about him that drew me towards him. Why? Because, he was this very dark, mysterious, I've never even seen him before, he just, suddenly just showed up. I mean, he probably had his eyes on me for a long time, or maybe a short time, and probably thought, that he was incredibly thirsty, and that I was just a drinking fountain of some kind. I'm sorry to give that metaphor, of course. But, the thing is you want to make sure, that you're seducing for the valid reasons, and not because you want to actually, do anything, for negative reasons, stuff like that, like the vampire did to me and stuff like that, because that would probably just, backfire. And I just, want to wish a wonderful and strong and confident Scorpio future for you all out there. Okay, let's see what Favoli has for my beautiful Scorpios. The Emperor. Ooh. And you could end up with an Aries in the future, or whoever it may be. It's like, fire and water could be very steamy and very passionate, but it just looks like that you're going to be in a very strong, confident situation, no matter what, man, woman. I mean, the Emperor doesn't have to mean that everybody's man, but whoever, this applies to, I see you in a very strong, authoritative, you could even, be getting promotions and stuff like that, and maybe that's what's going to draw a lot of humans towards you, but be careful, that there's no manipulation part of it. And again, I want to keep enhancing this. Should that person who rejected you or ignored you want to come back because, they suddenly see this very transition and transformed, Scorpio man or woman, please ignore and reject them and say, no, you had your chance. You broke my heart. You ignored me. And I just cannot be dealing with any more drama and stuff like that, because I want to wish all the best for you all out there, and a very happy, strong, confident, no matter what, 100% your prerogative. If you do decide to go back, 100% your prerogative. But that would just only be my suggestion to you guys out in this world. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to leave it at this, but I just want to thank you guys incredibly so much for joining me and subscribing to my channel. Again, it's like I love you guys incredibly, and I want to wish all the best for you in your beautiful voyage, your quests, your journeys, no matter what. In a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings, so I'm going to go back and forth between general and love, but I just want to say how much I love you guys incredibly, and thank you so much for supporting me.